Hey guys, it's Lisa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make some little Christmas arrangements in little pots and such with churches. I mentioned this yesterday that I would be adding this video today, so I'm starting out with this little styrofoam circle that you get at the Dollar Tree in a pack of 2, and that's good because I'm going to need both to get it up to the level that I want it. So I just hot glue these in. And then I want to create a heel for my church in this one, since it is a larger item. So I'm going to use this foam here, floral foam actually, so that it will be easy for me to cut. So I'll just kind of whittle on this with the scissors until I get somewhat of a heel. And this is very easy to cut, and that's why I decided to use the floral foam on this one instead of just the regular foam. So I glue that in place, and then because I don't want the heel to be so pronounced, I'm just going to take some of the scraps that I've cut away and kind of fill in that little gap. And that will make the heel transition more like a heel. So once I get that filled in like I want it, and it doesn't matter that it isn't very attractive because we're going to hide all that. So I'm going to glue my church to the top of the heel there. And then I'm just going to start filling in around and creating some dimension and height with the trees. And I'm just going to use my little white trees on this one because I feel like they'll look good with this little church. So just kind of play with this and get the dimension that you want. And then I'll take some floral from some other Christmas picks and cut pieces off of them and fill in here and there. And I'm just going to play some music while I do this because it's kind of hard to explain anything. But like I said, I'm just taking these different, just honestly, just little bits of these picks and filling in. Now, I think this is going to be an arrangement that's going to need to be lifted up. And I could put legs on it, but I decided on this one that I'm just going to put it on a little short candlestick, and because I have one that's pretty wide and it will stay on there well, I think, without having to glue it. And that'll make it more versatile, not having the legs on it. That way, however they want to display it, it won't be limited. Now I'm just finishing up with just a few little touches here, and as you can see, I have these little miniature pine cones that I'm adding here and there, and I like the frosted look of them, but I didn't buy them this way. I just took some white paint and just kind of dabbed it on them, and that's what I've done with a lot of my greenery this year. And as you can see, I'm turning it around so that I make sure that all of the sides look good. That way, if you decide to use it as a centerpiece, then it will work well for that. And I'm trying to stick with some soft colors here because I kind of wanted to have that that soft look with this church. And then after I'm happy with how it looks, and I have the dimension that I want and the look that I want, then I'm just going to take some fake snow that I get from the Dollar Tree and just kind of fill in all the little areas that need something, because I don't want any of that foam to show. And although most of it's covered, I just like the look of that loose snow. And then that one is finished. As you can see, I just put it on that little candlestick. But like I said, you could put something permanent for legs on it if you choose. And then for the next one, I had painted this not long ago in a video. It was a silver plate pot. But I just wasn't happy with the look that I got from it, and it doesn't seem to be getting any attention anyway. So I'm just going to start by adding some foam to this one, and I'll make one of those arrangements in this one. And as it turns out, after I did this, then one of my regular customers came in, and she wanted this one. So now I took something that I wasn't getting any response from, and it sold right away. So, and I don't have much in these, like I said in the other video, because this is a little Dollar Tree church, and I've just added some paint to it. And this one actually came apart, so I just glued that roof back on it. And now I can just add here and there around it. And this one, I put the foam in and then added some more foam on top of that, just like I did the other one. But I didn't worry with the heel on this one because I just kind of want my church to be almost level with the top of the pot. And then I can add some of my other pieces of foam down in around it here and there to create the dimension that I want. So again, I'm just going to kind of let you watch this while I add to this one. And if you haven't noticed, I situated this one in the back because I don't know that this one would work that well as a centerpiece because of its height. So, or I wouldn't want it because of its height. So I just kind of started that toward the back of one side, and that will be my height in the back, and then I'll just fill in all the spaces around it. And as you might have noticed on this one, I had some empty space here and there, so I took some polyfill and stuffed down in that empty space, and then I put my snow over the top of it. And now I'm just kind of taking some white paint and adding some snow to the top of the roof. So once I added my paint here and there, then I just tied a ribbon around the front and added a little bit of embellishment to that. And then this one was finished. And then the last one that I'm going to do is a little sugar bowl that was silver plate, and I had painted it. So I painted it the color buttercream, and then I'm going to do a little arrangement in it. And this particular one, I took it home to my house to decorate with because I like the size of it, and it was easy to fit in a little area that I needed something. So this one, I'll start out by putting some foam in the bottom, and then I'm going to take what I cut off of that block and just kind of fill in, since it has some space. If you fill in the bottom, then obviously you're going to have some space around the edge because of the shape of this. So I just filled it in with little pieces of this and glued them in place, and then I'll have my base for my arrangement in this one. And I felt like because this one was so much smaller, it would be a lot easier to do, and it was. Like I said, you don't have to use nearly as much floral or materials around it, and I really like the look of this one when I finished. And then again on this one, I was able to finish both sides. The thing I like about these little churches from the Dollar Tree is the front and back look alike. So once you take the embellishment off the front, you can't tell which one is the front and the back. So it makes a really good little centerpiece when you need both sides to show. So again, I'm just going to let you watch as I fill in around this church. think that adding all this dimension and texture to this really sets this apart. So try not to keep all your items at the same level. As you can tell, the center of this, I put that church, but down around the edges, I went a little bit lower on the styrofoam so that some of my items could kind of set down in. And I like to take these little items, like these little white icicle looking things, and add some height that just gives a frosty, wintry look to this. And then although most of the snow you won't see, I just like the look of that loose snow down inside it, and that way if there's any extra styrofoam that I haven't covered, like I said before, it'll fill that in. But I just like the look of this shimmery snow. And then that is the last one that I did. And I don't feel like either of these need a hang tag, because I really just didn't want anything to compete with the look of the arrangement on these. And there they all are. And like I said, these would also be really pretty, which is what I originally saw them in with a teacup. So you might try that first. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless you and your family.